If you're dreaming of beach life, then Panama definitely has a lot to offer, with access to both the Pacific Ocean and the Caribbean Sea. And depending on what you're looking for, your lifestyle can be as simple or as luxurious as you'd like. Welcome back to Almost Retired Abroad. If you're new here, I'm Kimberly, and I created this channel to share the information that I've learned on my journey to retire early, live abroad, and travel the world. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you just a few of the different beach lifestyles offered in Panama, including some areas that are very popular with retirees and expats, some luxurious new construction projects, as well as some rustic towns that are off the beaten path where you can find some rentals for as little as $525 per month. So let's get started. One of the most popular areas for retirees, expats, and slow travelers is Coronado. So this area is about an hour to an hour and a half outside of Panama City, and it is a master plan community that was developed many years ago and is still extremely popular, not only because of its location, but because of all the amenities that the community has to offer. And if we take a look at their website, you'll see just a few of the many reasons why expats and retirees like to call Coronado home. Coronado is considered the epicenter of the Pacific Riviera, and they have been internationally recognized as the best destination to retire. And really, that's because of the type of lifestyle that Coronado provides. So really just in a short distance, you can see there's lots of shopping. They have several major supermarkets, including one in particular, Reba Smith. You can find just about any foods that you'd find typically in the United States. They have it at Reba Smith. Of course, there's also local supermarkets like El Rey and Super 99. They also have a Do It Center and El Machetazo, some different options so that you still be able to get access to things that are similar to a Home Depot or Walmart or a Target. They also have a clinic, the San Fernando Clinic, as the nearest healthcare provider as well. So what are a few of the popular buildings within this area? Well, during my initial trip to Panama, I had the opportunity to tour two buildings in the Coronado area. One of them that is my absolute favorite is the Coronado Golf Club. You can take a look at just how beautiful the views are from this building. They have a rooftop pool that overlooks a championship golf course with beautiful ocean views off in the distance. I thought it was so breathtaking. I actually have this picture currently as the screensaver on my computer. It is a little bit older building. I think it was built in like 2010, but it is extremely well maintained. And there are a lot of amenities within the building. I mentioned the rooftop pool. They also have a fitness center and they have different activities for the residents. I just found it to be very quiet and clean. So you still got to be close to the beach, but not like in the heart of all the action. If you're looking to be in the heart of all the action, one of the really popular towers is called Coronado Bay. And you usually will find rentals in there, like a 1-bedroom or a 2-bedroom. And people really like this particular complex because it is right on the ocean front and it is close to the heart of all the action within Coronado. In addition to that, they have a lot of activities that are regularly scheduled for the residents in the building. So there's never a shortage of things to do. A lot of people will tend to move to Coronado Bay or make friends with people in Coronado Bay because that gives them the opportunity to be able to socialize and enjoy all the activities and amenities that that building has to offer. So typically, if you're looking for renting something around that area, whether you're talking about Coronado Bay or Coronado Golf Club. I was looking at some recent listings within Coronado Golf Club, and I found a 1-1 listed between $1,100 and $1,600 per month, and that depends upon whether you're looking in the low season or the high season. Weekly rates were between $600 and $700, again, depending upon what time of year you're renting. A 2-2 was listed at $1,500 for the low season, up to $2,100 for the high season, with weekly rental rates between $750 and $850. And I think it's important to note that in Panama, leases are typically negotiable. So if you're thinking about staying longer term, or you're just not completely set on the price, but you fall in love with a place, do yourself a favor. Try to negotiate. The worst they can say is no. You never know what you might be able to get included or how you might be able to negotiate the price down so that you can get exactly the type of unit you're looking for with that perfect ocean view. And you can see from this map that they have on the website, Coronado really is kind of in the center of that Pacific Riviera area. There are a lot of beach towns kind of dotted along the coast. So if you're thinking you don't want to be in the heart of the action, or you want to move a little bit further out and see what some other options might be within your budget, you can check out some of the other towns here on the map, like Gorgona or San Carlos, Rio Mar, Santa Clara. I had an opportunity to tour a building called Royal Palm that was located within Gorgona. It was a really unique opportunity to purchase a home that could also be utilized as a short-term rental. They had a 24-hour concierge, and it had those full frontal Pacific Ocean views. They also had a rooftop pool, a really nice gym, an on-site restaurant, but it was kind of like out of the way, not in Coronado, but still only like maybe a 10-minute car ride. So you still have access to Coronado if you're wanting to maybe look into some other options kind of outside of that Coronado epicenter. Now, one of the other towns that's mentioned on here is San Carlos. And I'm bringing this up because I recently came across an article in Business Insider that profiled a 71-year-old retiree named Kimberly Kelly, who is from Arizona. She actually moved to the beachfront town of San Carlos back in 2023, and she says that she is living the dream. So she was able to find a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom condo in San Carlos, directly facing the ocean. And she was originally paying $900 a month. About a year ago, her landlord went up on the rent when she renewed her lease. She's now paying $1,000 a month for everything, including utilities. And she said it is a little bit more expensive than what she was paying for rent back in Arizona. However, she's been able to save a significant amount of money on other personal expenses as a result of moving to San Carlos. So she's saving on things like groceries, healthcare, and transportation costs. She ended up purchasing a used car for like $5,000, and she's only paying about $200 for her car insurance. Oh, and did I mention that's per year, not per month? If you're finding value in this video, please consider giving it a like. It helps YouTube to recommend it to other viewers just like you who are also looking for information about living, traveling, and working abroad. Thanks. Now back to the video. So if you're thinking about purchasing a new condo and you want to kind of stay within this zone in Panama Oeste, one of the newest projects that people have been really excited about is Margaritaville. So they're actually building a Margaritaville beach resort and residences in Playa Caracol. This is a project that is still in that pre-construction or construction phase, so there's still opportunities to get in on that if that's something that you're interested in. So you could take a look at their website and just see some of the different condos available and some of the different experiences. In true Jimmy Buffett fashion, they're promising the 5 o'clock somewhere bar and grill. You have access to a pool, water slide, cabanas, a fitness center, a kids club. So there really are a lot of options if you're looking for that more like resort style lifestyle in that area of Panama Oeste. If you're not ready to retire, maybe you're moving there with your kids, they also have international schools in and around the Coronado area, as well as in the neighborhood of Buenaventura. And I want to share Buenaventura with you because it's a little bit further south, a little bit further down, a little bit further out of the way and removed from the city, but it is absolutely breathtaking. So as we take a look at the Buenaventura website, you see they're calling it your gateway to tropical living. They have a variety of lifestyles, including single family homes, townhomes, condominiums, and this is truly resort living at its finest. They have a golf club, a hotel, a golf academy, a sports club, various villas. There's a zoo. So this neighborhood has all the luxury and all the amenities. If you're thinking about purchasing a property in Buenaventura, they actually do still have some new construction projects going on. So for example, they have an area called Casa Mar, which is duplexes. They have one currently listed for $475. That's a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath with 2-car garage. As far as condominiums go, they have a special offer on a 1-bedroom, 2-bath with a 1-car garage. So it's like that loft style of apartment listed at $325. They have a 1-bedroom, 1.5 bath with a 1-car garage listed for $330. And then they have a 1-bedroom, 1.5 bath with a 1-car garage listed for $340. This area also has a lot of signature events. So if you're living there, there'll be plenty of things for you to do. You can see there's a full calendar with all kinds of activities activities of things going on within Buenaventura. They do have rentals listed on the website as well. So again, this is a very luxurious lifestyle. So obviously you're going to pay more to live in the community of Buenaventura, but there's so many amenities. There are a lot of people that use it not only for their vacation home or their second property, but there are people that are calling it home because there are so many things to do within this community, and it is so luxurious and inclusive. But maybe you don't want to spend as much money. Maybe you're looking for something a little bit more affordable. So one area you might want to check out is the Azuero Peninsula. It was recently featured in Travel and Leisure magazine as an up-and-coming retirement destination for affordability that feels like paradise. And so there are beaches and fishing towns in the area. A few of the popular cities for expats within the Azuero Peninsula include places like Las Tablas and Chitre. And earlier in this video, I mentioned there are some places where you can actually find rentals for as little as $525 a month. And this is the region that I was referring to. So you can see currently on the website encuentro24.com, if we look around this Chitre area, they do have a 4-bedroom, 2-bath home listed at $525 a month. They have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home listed at $750. They have another 3-2 for $750. They have a 3-2 listed at $550, and another unit listed at $900. And so obviously, if you're spending something as little as $525, $550 a month, you're not going to be right on the ocean, but you are so close. It is just a short drive, so it can still get you that beach lifestyle without completely and totally breaking your budget. So I mentioned earlier in this video that in Panama, there is a Pacific coast as well as access to the Caribbean Sea. So a couple of the popular areas along the Caribbean include Bocas del Toro, as well as the Portobello region within the Colon province. If you want to do a little bit more research about some of these beach areas, one website that I recommend is actually the Panama tourism website. It lists a lot of the popular places that you might want to consider stopping in on your trip, such as obviously Panama City. I mentioned Bocas del Toro, Boquete, Pedasí, the Pacific Riviera, which we've just been discussing. So it really kind of gives you an overview of all of the different areas, and then you can kind of go on there to see which ones you might want to do a little bit more research about. We were talking about Bocas del Toro a little bit earlier, and so it actually outlines some of the more popular areas such as Island of Bocas, Isla Colón, Isla Carenero, Isla Bastamientos, and so on. And just some of the different activities of things that you can do, and also can give you some recommendations for potential places to stay, because it can be kind of intimidating trying to, rent a place sight unseen when you've never visited a foreign country and you're wondering what can you expect. This is just a reputable website that you can use to help narrow some things down for you as you're trying to plan and do some of your research. So what do you think? Do you picture yourself living along the beaches in Panama? Or maybe the city or the suburbs suit you a little bit better? Or maybe you're not interested in Panama at all. I know that trying to figure out where you might want to retire, especially if you're thinking about retiring abroad, being a snowbird, or being a slow traveler, it can be a little overwhelming trying to do all the research. And so that's honestly why I created this channel, just to try to share some of the information that I've learned, and I hope that you find this information helpful. I'm still not completely sure that I'm definitely going to move to Panama, but I'm going to keep doing my research, and I hope you'll follow me on my journey. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.